Well, it's the beginning of week number 3 of the accidental aft end of the boat rebuild.
I'm Taryn, this is Logan, and this is Max. Our life rarely goes as planned, and this story is no different. But we are determined to rebuild our beautiful steel boat, even stronger than she was before. And we're bringing you along with us.
Today, Logan is going to spend quite a bit of time grinding and needle gunning, getting the boat ready for putting that plate back in. He'll probably prep that plate a bit more, and I'm going to do a bunch of running around, cleaning up, and getting life back on track, because there isn't really room for 2 of us to do the grinding job, and that's really the only thing that needs to be done in that area right now. So I'm going to empty out the boat again, clean things up, move stuff around. We've got a bunch of wood on the inside of the boat that we took out on accident because of this project that's got to go to the sea can. And then hopefully we can test fit that plate at least once today by the end of the day. We'll see. Again. Remember a few months ago when we thought we'd emptied it, or half emptied it? Well, most of that work is undone now because of the amount of stuff we had to, again, pull out of the boat and shove in here. But that also means that there's a lot less stuff on the boat and around the boat, so it's going to be a lot easier to prep for sandblasting when we have to do that. So that's good. After a little bit of messing around,
you want to help guide that down so it doesn't hit the rudder?
yeah. As I was trying to say, after some messing around, we got the plate up for the first fitting. Logan's drawn out a chalk line of what needs to be cut out so that it can go back in. We cut it quite a bit bigger than it was needing to be, so that we needed that we could get a nice tight fit. We've taken it down now. He'll cut that out, and then we'll fit it again.
Well, that worked out pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think I'm going to use a zippy disc.
So things actually worked out really well yesterday. Plate is still up there. We just left it up there yesterday. And Logan's up there right now marking it out because he's got to do some more cuts. But we got the first fit in there. He figured out where he needs to do more cuts. Then we'll drop it down again. He'll cut more out, and then we'll hopefully start actually fitting the plate in there. So the plan is to use the dog and wedge to get the plate in for the first bit, and then the second half of it is kind of like compounded angles, and some of the angles are pretty steep. So we might be using the come along to pull that up again, but we'll see, as well as the dog and wedge. Once it's to a certain point with the dog and wedge, instead of like obviously dropping it down to cut it to fit better, we'll just be using the zip disc with it in the air. Let's get at it.
The next couple of hours were a lot of lifting and dropping the plate to get the first bit of fitting done properly.
Tricky to get this area,
Right.
but basically what I wanted to do was go from the center line, which is here,
Yeah.
and I'm past the center line on both sides. This is tacked, so now we can start bending the plate up as we go. So what I'll do, Taryn, is I'll get this edge all the way down to here,
Okay.
come around this corner probably.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to zippy cut this too, but I'll come around this corner and then I'll stop. We'll go up there, stick weld the top,
First bit of the ribs in. Yeah.
and then it's not really touching along the center line there, so we may have to like jam something in here to push this up, because I noticed that the it almost had like a
It was in, concave.
convex, yeah,
Concave.
convex from the inside.
Yeah. Which direction you looking at?
At some point in the curve, the dogs and wedges stopped being sufficient, so Logan had to get creative with problem solving.
There you go.
What's that?
You're getting there. just about. Yeah, you're there.
Okay.
We welded the plate to the ribs in the stem as we went to make sure that the plate was going to stay in place as we bent it up.
My neck is about to fall off.
Other than that was going well.
Yeah, kind of.
It's getting a lot closer.
Yeah, we're getting into the hard stuff now.
Yeah, definitely.
It is going well, it's just
Time consuming.
very much so. I think we have to get these ribs done first.
What?
I'm pretty sure we have to get this curve going
Oh.
here and then cut this plate out, because once this curves in, this will be up into place. So I've got to cut this all out now. And then once we have this one tacked to the rib, then we got to go on this rib and pry up from the bottom and try and bend that plate in.
Right.
But yeah, it's going good. It just, this is not easy.
Got this far, you can see the plates all the way in up until this rib, and now we've run into a problem because the angle is so steep right here, and it's a compounded angle that the plate doesn't want to bend to go back up there, and it's actually warping this plate, the older hull plate, when Logan tries to pull it up to match, even like just right here, right behind this rib. And there's a long way to go still. It's a lot of plate to still pull up. We're just trying to brainstorm to figure out how we can get that plate up without warping it somehow. One option would be to add heat to it, like take a torch and try to evenly heat the plate, but it would probably warp unevenly and bend unevenly as we tried to pull it up to match. So be interesting to know how they did it when they actually built the boat, how they got the plate in. By the time this video comes out, I hope anyway, the plate's completely in. But if you guys have any ideas about how to fix a problem like this, please drop them in the comments below, because I'm sure there's lots of other people that would also like to read. And who knows, I mean, I really hope we don't need that knowledge in the future, but in case we do, it'd be great to have it. What I've done when fabricating stuff in the past and fitting stuff is taken, like, not a tiger torch, but an oxyacetylene torch or MAP gas and oxygen torch, and just heated the area and then hammered it into place. But this obviously needs to be a pretty particular shape and size, so it's hard to do that here. Logan already has like big chunks of wood wedged underneath the boat to keep that plate up, and he's using a dog and wedge to try to bring it up as well. Pain in the butt anyway. Not the easiest place to have to replace a plate, that's for sure.
So can you hold that one right there?
Hi Maxie man. Too hot in the car?
Hey buddy.
Who's going up?
There was a lot of trial and error, up and down, and talking to each other through a small crack in the boat to get the job done.
A little bit proud, but I don't think it matters. I don't think it's enough.
This one?
Yeah,
Oh,
I think it's good. That it?
Woo!
Yay! That only took 10 hours.
Oh my god.
Well, folks, it is 8:11, which means it took us just under 10 hours to do this. Just the tacking it in, not even the rest of the work with it. Ugh. Logan, you pulled it off.
Yeah, and it looks good.
It does look good. It looks really good. Sweet. Yeah.
Thanks so much for watching, liking, and subscribing. And an extra big shout out to our patrons for coming along with us on this wild ride.